Hi, this is Gary, and today we're going to do a short video on what you can plant in August in Texas, Zone 9, and most of these also be Zone 8 also. And it's more of, sorry about the throat, but we've been sick. That's why my son's also sitting down. But these are things that you can actually grow in a fall garden. But these are more of the summer type things, warm season. And number one, to get the elephant out of the room, because everybody likes to talk about tomatoes, is tomatoes. The thing about tomatoes is today is August 1st, and it's kind of the last day to be planting tomatoes. So every day you watch this video out from August 1st, you're taking a better chance of the tomatoes not making. And by that, if you like to eat fried green tomatoes, it's fine. They'll make, but you want them, you want to get them in as early as you can. You also want to get one that's got the heat set gene or that's resistant to hot weather, because around here it can be hot in September, so you want to start setting fruit early because it takes forever for the fruit to ripen in the fall. The other thing to remember about fall tomatoes is not going to taste as well, just like watermelons, just like cantaloupes. We don't have the sunlight and we don't have the warm temperatures, so things don't produce sugars as well as you do in a spring crop. Still, any homegrown tomato is better than store-bought tomatoes. So, you know, I've been trying it. I was going to show you a video showing them, but it's out there. It's, 100 yards to go out to the garden. So we're not going to do that. You'll see it in other videos. Probably the video tomorrow. But that's the first one we're going to talk about. Second one is bush beans. And bush beans I'm going to be growing is going to be the Haas Green Blaze bush bean. I bought plenty of them, and they actually do very well in a fall garden. And you can plant those anywhere from August 1st all the way up to September 20th. There's a pretty good range of them. They do make really well. The temperatures doesn't bother them that much. I probably won't plant mine until about the middle of August, just getting the garden ready and everything. And it is so hot right now that you can wait on them. You don't have to grow them constantly. But since it's got such a wide window, if you want to plant fresh ones, you can plant one row or one group 1 week, wait a couple weeks, plant another row, and do that 3 or 4 times, or 3 times, 4 times. So, that could be an option. I like mine to all make it one time. My wife doesn't necessarily like that, but I'm saying if you're going to produce and you're going to put up stuff and can stuff, you need to do it all at one time. But we tend to, or she tends to put stuff in the refrigerator. She likes, or in the freezer. She likes to space it out. It's not the right way to do it, but it's what she likes to do. The second one that's going to surprise you is the only one on the group to do in August is broccoli. You can plant the broccoli seeds in the trays. I still keep them inside because that heat's brutal on them. But as long as you keep them outside, as long as they're growing, it's going to take you 6 to 8 weeks to get that seed to produce. So you can start in August 15th, still a couple weeks away, but you can plant those seeds August 15th and get those up and growing, and then plant you another crop 2 weeks later, same way. Stagger out your harvest. So you don't want to plant all of them at one time, though sometimes I do that. So it's not the right way to do it, just the way I do it. But the secret to them is getting them to be able to produce before you get your hard freezes. And if you're not careful, if you push it too far off and they fall off into January, they'll quit making. And then you're kind of stuck. That's what happened to me last year. So try to get them to produce, try to get them to make, because it's just, it's anywhere from a 70 to 100 day maturity date. So that's from the time that you plant them. Now I do have one that says 55 days, but and the one, I don't have it out here, forgot about bringing it, but it's Green Magic's what I like best. It just produces well, short maturity, heat resistant, the whole 9 yards. It's a good one to plant. And it does good nationwide. Certain broccoli does good in certain areas, others do good nationwide. Now, the other things you can plant, and this is from August 1st to August 15th, got to get in early, your sweet corns. I'm not actually going sweet corns, but I'm going to go with organics, and this is a flower corn. It's called Kentucky Rainbow. So it's going to be what's kind of like the Indian corn. It's kind of all different kinds. And I've thought about it. I probably won't plant it. I'll probably wait till the spring. There's another one called Homestead Hero. I like it because it's made or designed, produced to have the better ingredient, better nutrients in it, and you know, it is a flour corn instead of the dent corn. So just see how it tastes. I'm kind of out to see which one tastes best, and that's why I'm growing all these different kinds. But you can also grow sweet corn. Only problem we have down here is hurricanes or tropical storms. So you heavy, or even up north, if you have a cold front blow in, it can blow them over. Next thing I'm gonna try, and I've not done this before, but cucumbers, is gonna be cucumbers in the fall. Never done cucumbers in the fall before, but I'm gonna try it this year and see how it does. Again, it's August 15th to September 20th. So you kind of got a wide date on those two. The number, I don't know what number we're at. The other one is southern peas or field peas. They love to heat. August 1st to September 15th. If I can, I'm gonna try to get some more in the ground this weekend. If all goes as I hope. They love to heat. Heat does not bother them. Now, they're drought tolerant, but that's a tolerant. If you go too well, like one year I was talking, hey, it's great when to grow in the heat and all that, and then we had a dry spell, and they didn't survive. So sometimes you do have to water them, but this year I haven't watered any of them, and they've done just fine. So, and it was a dryland crop that's plant that was early spring. They planted them, even in West Texas, they could plant some that they didn't irrigate. It was just a cover crop, and they would make to maturity. Another one that's you could do, but you gotta be careful, is Irish potatoes. Most people don't grow Irish potatoes. They don't do as well. You also got a short period of time to plant them. It's August 15th to September 1st, and you better have the eyes sprouting on that potato, or you'll just sit there, and it may come up late, and it'll be too late to be able to make. So make sure they've been what they call, make sure they've been sprouted well. Make sure they're ready to bust out growing. They do not like the heat, and so what you're hoping is you plant them in that 2-week period of time. It takes a couple, 3 weeks to start coming up, and then you'll get some cool spells, and it'll go ahead and come out and make you some. Anybody I've seen, it's been sporadic. I did look at my seed potatoes, my potatoes that I planted this spring, and they're not really budding out, so I'm not going to try it. I have tried it before with them not budded out, and they didn't do anything. Summer squash, disease pressure is still fairly heavy. Some people say it moderates. I'm not going to grow any just because we've already had squash, but you could give it a try. You know, your regular, crookneck squashes and things, zucchinis. August 1st to September 1st. Still got to get them in early. And what you don't want to do is wait till the weather breaks and then plant the crop. You don't have time. Fall is a short growing season. So in Texas. So you got to get it in right. Time is even more important than it is in the spring. And that's it. One thing I was going to show you, the Big Red Ripper is one I'm planting, and it's a vining type. I will get it in the ground first. I'm going to grow up on trellises. And then the Brown Crowder is another one I've grown. I've been saying Mississippi Purple with some of them brown crowders, I think. And Mississippi Silvers, Silver Skins, one I've planted. These are a little bit more of a bush type, but they will vine also. And one thing about your field peas is almost all of them will vine out. Now there's some, the newer varieties like the Top Pick and some of those Quick Pick that don't do it near as bad. But I mean, I had the Silver Skin, Mississippi Silver Skin, they were trellised up just fine. I mean, they grew up on one of my fences, and they just covered up and moved over and went up it. So I might try some of that. May try some of the trellising up things with the peas. Now, if you ever get I'm kind of rambling here, but if you ever start getting those field peas, and you see a pod, and you see those notches, and all the peas are taken out of it, it's empty shell, that's birds, usually cardinals. I know. It's happened to me the last 2 or 3 years. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.